Welcome back. Connecting with the right people is such a key thing, and oftentimes we like to help people who have stories connect with you because, well, it's not every day that you get to hear stories like this. And Michael Ryan Pattison joins us, and Michael, well, I'm just going to turn it over to you and kind of let you tell your story.
All right, that makes it easy. About coming up on 7 years ago now, I dove into some shallow water over in Lake Chelan and broke my neck, and it left me a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the shoulders down. And I had a really hard go through the hospital. And about halfway through my stint, there was a large auction and fundraiser held for me, and it just kind of changed the way I thought about my life and the way that I knew how other people were going to need to be looked at and viewed, and how things were going to be different for not only myself, but how things were really different for so many other people. And it kind of took the focus off of me, and it turned into a foundation where we began to take up the focus of ourselves and turn it on to the other people who really need it and who don't have the support that I myself was lucky enough to have going through this whole ordeal.
And I mean, that's a pretty life-changing event. I mean, you don't expect one morning to wake up one way and then, go to sleep another.
Yeah, it's more difficult than anything I think you could possibly imagine. It's not like cancer, or it's not like a disease you're diagnosed with. It's being able to go from, doing anything you want for yourself to having to depend on everyone around you to accomplish everything you want to do in your day and throughout your life. And it's kind of like being reborn in a sense. You need to figure out how to live your life all over again. And without the support that I was able to have and relationships that I was able to grow through my experience, I wouldn't be at this point where I am today, where I've had the opportunity to help a lot of other people and hopefully the opportunity to help a lot more.
So in some ways, I mean, you found yourself in a position of need, and you've spun that around now to starting your own organization. And talk a little bit. I mean, that's it's a big change. You go from a place of need to a place of giving, and it's very noble, and what a transition to have to go through.
Yeah, it was difficult, and I think there's still days where obviously I struggle with it, as everyone struggles with their own problems, but being able to take the focus off of ourselves and put it on other people who don't have the blessings that we have, no matter how small or big they may be. There's always someone that's out there that's much more or less fortunate than you are. And that's what we try to focus on. Our ultimate goal is to bring a center here that specializes in not only rehabilitation of the mind or of the body, but of the mind and spirit as well. Being able to heal people as a whole after an injury or a catastrophic injury like this is something that I feel and others at the organization feel is very important. There's a lot of places out there where you can go get help to heal your body, but if your mind and your spirit isn't intact at the same time, it makes the whole healing process a lot more difficult. So bringing in a full realm of healing, quote unquote, to this area, I think is going to be a very huge help for a lot of people.
So, did you start this organization on your own? Have you had people to help? I mean, this is a pretty audacious goal to bring an entire center to Seattle.
Well, a lot of where it started was with my family. I have an incredible family who has done so much for me and many others in this situation after my injury. They've always stressed to me the help of paying it forward, and luckily they were able to do that before my injury, because it's coming around back to us tenfold in the amount of support that we've gained since my accident. But yeah, it started out as pretty much a family foundation, and it's grown to now where we have a couple of employees that are some excellent people. We've raised over $1.5 million since our conception, and we're going to need to raise a lot more in order to help the people who truly need it.
So when you talk about the foundation, the money that you're raising, what does this go towards?
Right now it's going towards a lot of outreach. We've helped people in the past, redo their homes for gaining accessibility into them, to helping them pay for the rehabilitation that they can't afford. We do a lot of mentorship for people who have recently been injured. And right now funds are just going towards basically growing our outreach and our footprint in this area to be able to establish some more relationships that are going to be key for us to move forward in the future.
I'm glad you're here because I've been talking about relationships and building those relationships, and you've sung Om with you today also, and you guys have built a relationship on this platform. So where do you, what are some of the overall visions? I mean, the goal. Where do you see this going, and how can people become more involved?
Well, I'll talk about where we see it going, and I'll let Sung talk about how people can get involved. Ultimately, like I said, we want to be able to bring a center here that specializes in not only rehabilitation of the body, but also the mind and spirit by incorporating things into a center that people can learn how to get back on computers, how they can learn how to utilize everything that is out there to them, no matter what level of injury or how far off they see themselves as getting back to living a normal life. And bringing a center like that to the Northwest is not only going to be huge for the people in that situation, but it'll also help the economic situation, I think. Creating jobs and providing healing for people, it's a win-win for everyone. And I'll let Sung take over a little bit about how you can get involved. He's good with the social media, and he's helped us grow our footprint a lot in the last year and a half or two since he's helped taking over a little bit as the director, and he's done an excellent job. So,
well, Michael, I know you go by MR, so the story is not only compelling, but it's something that you don't see every day. And, your obvious strength in your mind, body, and soul brought you here and has allowed you to start a pretty meaningful foundation, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I think that's what we're all meant here to do is just pay it forward. I think if everyone took a little bit of time out of each and every day to help open a door and give a smiling face to someone, it just it can change the world, and it changes people's lives. And I know that I've got a lot of satisfaction out of being able to help other people, and I just appreciate the fact that people have been willing to help support this foundation and see it grow, and see the fact that we're able to change their lives is coming to fruition and is going to take us even farther. So we're just very thankful.
So Sung, so what is your role then?
My role at the Michael and Pattison Foundation is development director currently. I'm just really there to help structure, organize. Like MR said, it was basically a family-run foundation, and we're trying to take it to the next level really right now. So structuring, organizing, and gathering momentum, gathering the young professionals in the area, the people that are willing to commit to the cause, bring awareness, more interaction using platforms like social media, networking. The platforms are already existing. We're just trying to utilize them to engage with our followers, our supporters, and get the message out there as easy as possible.
So, okay, so we can get, I imagine we have their Facebook page on our Facebook page. And so it's an easy way for people who listen to our show to get involved with you. What are some other ways people can support you and become involved outside of social media and, I guess, money?
Yeah, well, money is always very well taken to the foundation. Right now, where our listeners and supporters can, really support our foundation currently right now is is through our awareness campaign. Our biggest drive right now is to reduce the amount of accidents annually. 12,000 is about average in the United States of America. We want to lower that by 10%, helping everybody just get more educated on the cause, take an extra second to read the diving signs, take an extra second to take a little more precaution. The leading demographic for this paralysis is males, 21 to 35-year-olds. I mean, you were running around, jumping, we're going after that adrenaline. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you just don't think about the long-term implications that it can have on you. Yeah.
Well, guys, I mean, it's a tough story, but certainly you guys have done some really positive things with it. The Seattle Foundation's Give Big 2012 event. Mm-hmm. What is that? Let's make sure we can help people understand what more they can do.
Well, I don't want to speak for the Seattle Foundation, but my understanding on the whole campaign is really to get our users online, pairing technology, social media with fundraising. Just a one-day, 24-hour, May 2nd. And what they do is they'll stretch the amount of money that you donate to the foundation during that 24-hour period. So
what do you mean by stretch it?
So they take a percentage of what you raise, and they'll match that per dollar.
Got it.
So right now it's the Michael Ryan Pattison Foundation, www.acuraiscoming.org. We are on Seattle Foundation's page as well, and May 2nd starts tonight at 11:59. So.
Oh, it starts tonight. Okay, well that's good to know. So it actually starts here in just a few hours. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your story. That being able to connect you guys with people who can help is certainly something we want to do. So if you're out there, and you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Brashenomics, and that's where you can find the Michael Ryan Pattison Foundation. Thanks so much for joining us. When we come back, we're going to talk with Paul Pukas, who joins us from Mosaic Insurance Alliance. We'll be right back after this break.